Sit up. Stop looking so slouchy.
You're so tall.
Well, it's because you're like laid back.
Because I'm tired.
It's because you're like a child.
Is that better?
No. Like, you know, the kids in school, they get in trouble for slouching in their chairs.
That's not what they get in trouble for anymore.
And like, getting this.
Teachers are glad if they're slouching anymore. That's the least of their worries.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you were that kid.
Yes, I was. Sit up straight.
Yes.
Arthur.
I still tell you that.
Yeah. And you still say, Arthur.
Well, it's nothing worse than you sitting somewhere and you're slouched.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Why didn't you get on the Wi-Fi the whole time? It probably would have been a lot better.
Looks like it's fine. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's on there now.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
No manners.
Yeah, I apologize. No, it is not Sunday evening. But we did want to go ahead and do JOJ Live. Part of the reason will be, I mean, we could have tomorrow, most likely. Tomorrow would have been fine, because we'll still be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Sunday, you know, all weather should be okay as far as to be at the church down on Sunday evening in Pelzer, South Carolina. Hopefully y'all have bought some tickets and we will see you all there. Excited for that, so that should be good. So we figured Sunday evening would be, you know, kind of hard to do this. So instead of waiting and forgetting to do it tomorrow, while we thought of it, Jenny said, let's go ahead and do it tonight.
Just do it, because otherwise we'll forget.
Yep. So
Here
we're going to
we
read today, though, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to read into the future.
No, we'll read
I think
today.
today's pretty fitting. Have you read today?
I haven't read today, no.
It's pretty fitting. I read it this morning.
Oh. That's good. We have
we wanna start with
we
today,
have
or
a
we wanna-
story to tell.
We'll go ahead and read our devotional, and then we'll share about today.
Okay, sounds
That
good.
sound good? Okay.
Sounds good.
So January 10th. I'll take a picture of this morning, and I'll post it on the story here in a little bit. But the verse is Psalm 14:2. It says, "The Lord looked down from heaven on all people." We wear polarized sunglasses when fishing in order to be able to see down into the water. Polarization removes the glare from the surface and allows us to see a foot or two, even more, into clear water. This is helpful. We can see stumps, rocks, logs, and other hiding places for the fish. We can sometimes even see the fish. This is very true. It's one of my favorite ways to fish. I love sight fishing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty awesome that God can see us all and yet focus on each of us individually. How would we treat our friends, families, or even perfect strangers if we knew God was there looking over our shoulders? Well, He is. Keep this in mind today when someone messes up your order at the drive-thru, disappoints you, or cuts you off in traffic. Live today trying to please God. You just might do it. So yes, so we do.
I should get a star for today.
Yeah. So we do. We the first part of that, you know, fishing, wearing polarized sunglasses to see in the water, is something that I catch a lot of fish. I mean, I love to fish shallow water, so obviously wearing polarized sunglasses is a very
And it
big
makes a
part of
huge
that.
difference, because
Yeah.
we can be down by the river and I'll be like, oh, you see that fish? And if I don't have my glasses on, I'm like, no. And then I'll put his on and I'm like, oh yeah, there it is.
It pops out like a light bulb. And if you like to fish like I do, you know, not just seeing fish, but actually just a likely place and being able to make a good cast to it. I've caught lots and lots of fish from doing that. But yes, as you know, the thought that God is able to look down from heaven, He doesn't need polarized glasses, but He can see all of us, see exactly what we're doing, knows how we react in any situation that comes at us. Nick, I am actually barefoot right now. Sorry.
Put your feet in there.
Hopefully I don't disturb anybody. But yes, God can see, you know, every action or reaction that we have, regardless of the situation we're in.
And actually, it's so funny because I had not read today's, but I've had this thought in my mind. I don't know if our kids will tune in or not, because we're in North Carolina. Is like I kept thinking, you know, because like we stay on them about reacting and things they say, and like I've had this thought for a couple of days. I hadn't even told Ott this, but I want to be like, so before you do something, imagine real life Jesus, human Jesus, standing in the room with you, would you still say that? Would you still do that?
Yeah.
Would, you know,
Yeah.
like, I don't know why I've had that thought, but I haven't actually told our kids that yet. So if they actually watch this later, I'm going to tell you that. But just, you know, middle school and, you know, not, you know, just growing up, like,
Yeah.
hey, would you do that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. But yeah, that.
It's hard because you just have to imagine him being there.
Yeah.
But like, if you literally had Jesus in human form.
Yeah. Would you still act this way? That's when when we were teenagers, or the WWJD bracelets that people would wear. You know, I mean, that was a big thing that was popular, and it's kind of along those lines of what you're saying.
Yeah.
What would Jesus do? You know, how would he react? What would he say? What would he do in this situation? No, that is pretty good.
So back to our fun morning.
Yeah, so we're in North Carolina. We're over here at Raleigh for a big boat show. Les Gray and his whole team, they do an excellent job putting on boat and fishing shows over here, kind of in the east, in the East Coast area. Andy's working at one next week up in Richmond. They do a great job of hosting really excellent shows over here.
Stop grabbing things with your toes.
Okay, well, they can't see it.
It's distracting.
But so they do a great job, hosting these shows, and I've worked for them a few times in the past. It's been a few years since I have.
Yeah, but we've done them several times.
Yeah, several times. But this one worked out with the volleyball schedule for me to be able to do one, so I didn't have to miss the tournament to get to come. But yeah, so this morning woke up to a text from Les. Hey, are you up? And I mean, Les is a pretty chill guy. Like, the show opens at 9, and he texts me at 7:15. I'm like, I didn't see it until 7:30 when my alarm went off.
My first thought was, because obviously, like, winter storm mornings, I was like, did it already snow? Like, did we drive here and they're going to be like, hey, we're not doing the show, go home?
Yeah.
It was my first thought.
Yeah, I just assumed, something weather related.
Yeah.
And another text, hey, call me when you get up. Wake up. It's, like I said, he's he's not a high strung. He's less than great. So I call him. He's like, well, bad news. There were 14 cars broken into at the hotel we're staying at. Your truck was one of them. My wife's car was one of them. The police have been here, so.
There's that. But they didn't just break into them. Suction cupped windows and broke the windows out.
Yeah.
So we look out our window, which we're like third floor. Literally out our window, you look down, 2 vehicles, a truck and a car, windshields in the middle on the ground. Never heard a thing. Our truck was 3 spots over, and they got the passenger front window, so I get to drive home with a trash bag in my window.
Yeah.
In winter.
Yeah.
But anywho, but there were 14 cars at our hotel that had their windows busted.
Hotel across the road, they got them too.
They got
Don't know just how many.
Yeah, there were several places, I guess, right here in this area, because I think there's 3 or 4 hotels. So started out with, okay, we don't have a window in our truck, and thankfully we didn't have anything, like we didn't have any money or anything special in there. We did have a pistol in there that they got, but it's registered, so we'll turn all that in to make sure that we were not a crime.
Yeah.
Really, just you. It's in your name. So, but other than that, I mean, honestly, like it wasn't like the truck was ransacked or there's a thing of mints on the middle console, and it was still there. Like, to me, I'm like, why would that, like, I guess if I was like going through stuff, I feel like I would have flung the console open and like the mints would have flew back or something, but it was closed. It wasn't even left open. Mm-hmm. So thank you. I guess they closed it back. Yeah. But
put my mints back in place.
Put the mints back.
Yeah. They didn't steal my sunglasses.
No, they didn't take sunglasses. I think Ott had a couple pair. I had my prescription sunglasses right there. And a couple of the other guys that got broken into said they had some expensive like Ray-Bans. Yeah. Didn't touch them. I think they were just looking for cash and probably guns. Any guns or anything. But yeah, and apparently your car alarms, unless you have them programmed to go off when the glass breaks, which they do not come that way, they will not go off. Because that was my first question. I was like, why on earth did your alarm not go off?
Or anybody else's.
And so that's what the detective had told us. He was like, most cars are not activated to go off to a glass. It's the car doors.
Yeah.
And so
they just bust the glass, reach
hop
in the
through
window, go in.
Yeah.
They never bother opening the door.
No.
They know that. So.
Yeah, they know not to do that, I guess. But so anyway, once we got all that handled, got our police report, he went on to the show. I researched on what I can cover the window with. Right now it's covered with black trash bags, and I taped them all up there, and I thought, well, I need to get some clear ones so like we can see. And then I was like, I'm not going to drive this truck. I will for sure, like.
And she wouldn't drive it without a window in it.
Yeah, it's too cold to do that. So I door dashed some clear stuff to the room.
Actually, the phone is sitting on the shop
yes,
vac.
I did get a mini shop vac because
to clean the glass out. The other stuff's over there.
Yeah. Because we asked the hotel, we're like, do you all have some kind of vacuum, something? And they gave us a broom.
Yeah, that's a great way to get it out of there.
Did not get hardly anything out. So we so they had like this little mini shop vac that was like $30, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn that in on my insurance too.
Yeah.
And got some clear stuff. So tomorrow we'll hopefully do some repairs. We've got a place we can take it and park it inside at the show. And then we'll roll on for the rest of the weekend. And we called Toyota and got a window on order. Hopefully it gets here before it goes to Texas.
Yeah. Oh, I
that's
guess
the
I'll
big
take
kicker.
Take my other truck, but yeah. Well, that's it's
been fun.
Been fun.
But I think I have had a really good attitude.
Yeah, I think so.
Like the front desk guy kind of looked at me crazy, like when I asked for the broom after the cops, came and everything. And I was like, can I use that broom to get the glass out? And he just kept apologizing. And I was like, listen, it's not your fault. Like, you can't stop that. You can't prevent it. I was like, I was like, we really need to pray because the cop told us that he felt like, I don't know if they know this or like it's just happened a lot, but he said, it's probably some juveniles in a stolen car, a bunch of them, they have a system, get out, countdown, whatever they do, and all start doing they do their thing very quickly. And that just kind of made me sad because I'm like, I mean, whether it's juveniles or if it's adults, either way, like, it stinks that that's what their life is. And so when I told that guy, I was like, we just need to pray for those people. I said, because let's at least pray that they make some better life choices. Like, at the end of the day, it sucks. We've all had our stuff broken into and glass everywhere, but I feel bad for these people. Like, this is what they're living. This is what they're doing.
This is their life.
So he just kind of like looked at me, and I was like, I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like,
yeah, and it's not saying, that.
No, it's not saying that it's right.
Not at all.
Not by any means.
But I mean, how?
It's just sad when you think about it.
Yeah, that is your. I mean, that's your life. That's your opportunity. That's what you're going to wake up in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever time of day you're waking up to go do. Like, all right, who are we stealing from today?
And I thought, what if there's, a lot of times you've got people that's just what they've grown up doing. That's what they do. But like, there could be good kids in that mix that got sucked into it, made bad choices, and if and when they get caught, it's pretty devastating.
It's going to be a bad day for them. Or they break in the wrong person's car, and that person has their pistol in their hand.
Yeah.
And I mean, none of that comes to a good end, and it's a terrible place that those people are in as well. So it's at the end of the day, my window will get fixed.
It's just a window or inconvenience.
It's a gun. It'll get found or it won't get found. It ain't whatever. Like, I mean, I hate that, but nobody was hurt, and some people, they're gonna have whatever their problem is. They're going to have to keep stealing until they get it, till they get themselves fixed, or turn their life around. Like, more than anything, hopefully they'll turn their life around.
Yep.
So, that is that. But
so other than that, I mean, that, and I've determined that it's a good thing we live in the country and cannot DoorDash. I mean,
Jennie ain't left the hotel.
I haven't. it's been great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't have to go in the store or nothing. They just drop it at the door.
Yeah. She ain't been out to eat. Nothing.
Nothing.
She ain't left the room.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, no, that's our update. So, if you're in the Raleigh area tomorrow, the show is opening an hour late.
Mm-hmm.
They're not open at 9, they're open at 10. Everything, it's going to snow and stuff tonight, but it looks like it's going to thaw out pretty quick in the morning. So, yeah, y'all come in the morning. Should be a great show. There's a lot of great stuff there. They got all kinds of stuff. Lots of tackle, lots of boats to look at, check out. Buy you a couple of them.
You did a couple seminars. No, you did 3 seminars. So, you did 2, and then the last one
Was an individual.
He got a private one because it had started snowing at that point, so
Yeah.
people had cleared out. But
yeah, but no, it was good. I'm scheduled to be on at 10 in the morning, which is
I think
when
it was
they
like
open.
10:20.
10:20. Okay. But yeah,
Somewhere in there, yeah.
So I assume it'll probably still be around that,
Yeah.
pretty early, 10 or 11. I think I'll be, starting the first seminar in the morning. So
Yeah. If y'all have, I think most of the country has snow. Enjoy it.
yeah, absolutely. Enjoy your snow. So that will be it. Hopefully y'all come to Raleigh tomorrow. We'll see some of you there. And hey, nothing left in the truck. And if you need,
I know that was so.
cut
I
the-
thought I said surely they won't come back tonight, right? And if so, should we just be like, hey, just cut the trash bag, please?
Yeah, just pull it down. Fun stuff.
It's great.
Yeah. Y'all have a good evening.
Yep.